In today's video, we're going to talk about chin hair in women, unwanted chin hair. Why does it happen? Why is it happening to you? Let me guess. If you're someone with chin hair, I'm no prophet, but I'm going to guess you may also struggle from sticky belly fat. You have this belly that even if you've had children or you haven't had children, has just been growing and is thick and is really hard to get rid of, even when you exercise or diet or try something new. You may also be having thinning hair. Hair might be falling off your head while it's growing on your chin. You may also be seeing an increase in hair on your knuckles, on your chest areas, on your belly, on your back. You may also be seeing acne. You may also be experiencing backaches and stress symptoms like anxiety, just these racing thoughts that you can't seem to control. And guess what? It's all connected. Now, you may be struggling with a hormonal imbalance. We're going to get right into it, show you which hormones are at play, causing you to have chin hair, what you can do to reduce it, how you can DIY this fix, and I'm going to be brutally honest. All right, listen. It's very hard these days to be honest online. Why? Because people want to cancel you. If you say something that's true and that, causes people internal discomfort, they will cancel you. If you like to cancel people, you are not going to like this video because I've struggled with chin hair. I've felt the embarrassment. I felt the shame. I felt the wanting to distance from people because they might just see my chin hair. Even in intimate situations and relationships, I have not liked it. And once I found out why and was able to help other women find out why and get freedom and get permanent hair removal and never have to worry about it ever again, I was like, I'm going to tell everybody, but it's going to be honest. We're going to look at every part of your life. So if you're ready, grab your pen and your paper. I know it was up close, but that's because I was serious, okay? That's my serious face. Grab your pen and your paper. You're going to want to take notes. The very first thing we're going to talk about is why. Why the chin hair? A big why. Why is it happening? What if you just have one or two of the symptoms I mentioned before? Sticky belly weight, hair falling out, you're stressed, you're anxious, you have random weight gain. The weight is not falling off. The only thing falling off really is your hair on your head. How crazy is that? So why is this happening? I got nervous for a second because I'm like, should I tell them the honest truth? The answer is yes. I'm going to tell you the honest truth. The reason most women have some variation, some form of, some degree of hormone imbalance these days is our lifestyle. That's not to say it is entirely our fault. Listen, I was last year old when I started reading the overwhelming evidence against BPA in water bottles and how the plastics in the water bottles was causing us to have extra estrogen-like chemicals. They pretend to be estrogen in our body and they throw off our hormones. Here's the thing about hormones. They're kind of like dominoes. So you have them all sitting in a row like this, and this is how they stay balanced. But when one is thrown off, so are the rest. And when we are throwing off our estrogen, by the way, there's 3 different types of estrogens, but we're not going to go into that nitty-gritty detail today. All right. If you'd like to know more about your hormones, you are absolutely welcome to go into the description below. I'm going to be doing a masterclass just deep diving into hormones. That is what I teach. That's what I help women with. And if you'd like help and you're like, I already know I want help, then definitely check a link below where you can contact me. But back to this. 3 different types of estrogens, but one of them is the one that the BPA mimics. Little plastic particles that are so hard to get rid of in our body. Why is that important when we find out the research against BPA? BPA. Listen, BPA has been a problem since I was young. And, there were people like raising alarms. BPA is causing problems. But I didn't know the extent to which it's in stuff. It's everywhere. It is absolutely everywhere. Plastic is cheap to produce, and softer plastics are even cheaper and easier to produce. And so a lot of things have BPA in them that we don't even know. It is not cool. Have you noticed that on cans now, you can see where it says BPA free on cans, like tin cans, cans of beans and soups. That means at some point they had BPA. Who would have thought that if you're going to a can of food, you have to check if it has BPA or not? By the way, you still have to, okay? Because some of them still have BPA in them. It has been throwing off our hormones since we were little. If you're in my generation or above my generation, I'm about to be 40. So, woo-hoo. If you are around that age group or above that age group, you've been exposed to so much of this. And you may be in menopause, having hell in menopause, having symptoms. You're just like, I don't know what's going on with my body. Guess what? There's a book called The Body Keeps the Score. It is an incredible book, but it all is adding up and the symptoms are somewhere. So plastics, BPA, it's all over our lifestyle. It's in our hair, y'all. If you're African, and you wear plastic or synthetic hair and it is on your scalp all the time, when your scalp warms up, this one is not on my scalp, but when your scalp warms up, guess what happens? The little plastics are absorbed by your skin. Your skin is porous and it absorbs stuff. It's in our clothes. If you wear polyester clothes, you're basically wearing plastic. It's in your underwear. It's in everything that looks cutesy and silky. If it's not actual silk, it's in our lifestyle. It's in our perfumes. It's in our lotions. Have you seen those ingredients in our lotions? The things that smell good but are not natural, they're not essential oils. It's in the plugins that we put in our homes to make our homes smell a certain way. We are sniffing chemicals. We are surrounded by chemicals. It's in our cleaning products. It's in everything new. That new smell? It's in that. Hormone disruptors, which means things that are ruining our hormones, are everywhere. They're in makeup, fake nails. Oh my goodness. You are feeding your body hormone interruptions. It's in our lifestyle. But we've created this lifestyle where everything on us has to be fake and plastic, including, unfortunately, sometimes in us. And we're now paying the price. And it's a heavy price to pay. But what does that mean? Does that mean we're now stuck with the symptoms of hormone imbalance, which I wish it would only stop at chin hair, because at least we could pluck that out or shave it or whatever. But guess what? It goes further than that. It goes into cancers. It's in infertility issues. It's wreaking havoc on our minds. We're going crazy, anxious, and depressed because of hormone imbalances that are you ready for the good news? Oh my goodness. It's about time I give you some good news, right? So easy to fix. So easy to fix. We're going to get to that point. Don't you dare leave, because I'm going to tell you how to fix this. How to fix all of this. So the first thing we talked about of course, is lifestyle. I'm going to keep track right here because let me tell you, I get so excited and I get so into stuff sometimes I lose track. I lose track of myself. So the first thing we talked about is lifestyle. And you know, the sad thing is our kids, the teenagers, the generation after me, right? I'm in my late 30s. The people below me in their late teens, in their early 20s, they're already struggling way more than we did. Way more than we did. They are having to shave early on in life. They are having like their facial hair, and they're having so many issues with their weight. They're having issues with their fertility. They're having issues with their moods. They're having cancers at ridiculous rates. We need to stop. We need to stop. We need to fix it. All right, let me grab some wipes. I'm going to grab some wipes here because the other ones were kind of dry. The next thing we're going to talk about, the why. Why is our chin hair going out of order? Are you ready? This is brutal honest. I'm being brutally honest, but to help you, okay? Please, please, you can do this. Listen, I know that because you clicked on this video, you want help. And I'm not giving you half the slice. I'm giving you everything that you can plug and play and see crazy results in all these areas of your life. Number 2 is a big one too. It's gonna be big. Our diet. You know, most of the times when we are not eating a good diet, this one looks a little light. Let me use black so that you can see it well. Diet. When we're not eating really well, we know it. We know. I cannot tell you the overwhelming numbers of shorts and or TikTok diet trends that I've seen that I'm just like, oh my goodness, like people just don't know. They just don't know. Somebody on the other end of these trends is making a bucket load of money on our symptoms. Diet. I'm going to start with a big one. Cheese. What is cheese? Cheese is the concentrate of milk from cows. Why is that a problem? Why would cheese be a problem? Cheese was not a problem. By the way, just a few years ago, cheese was not a problem for our hormones. But with more demand for cheese, companies who have cows that they milk have to milk their cows more. But guess what? They don't suddenly get more cows to milk, so they give their cows hormones to produce more milk, and the milk now contains traces and leftovers of those hormones that are being given to the cows to produce more milk, and then that milk is taken and it is concentrated, curdled, concentrated into a product called cheese. So cheese is now containing more of that stuff, and then we eat a ton of cheese. And our hormones are being thrown off. What can you do instead of eating a ton? Well, first of all, if you're just like, I have to have cheese in my life because it's so delicious and ooey gooey, you can cut down on it. You can cut down, like you can give it a space in your life. You know, you're like, on the weekends, I'm going to eat something cheesy. Other than that, you can buy your cheese from local farmers who still keep their cows well. But the ultimate solution that I recommend to people who are just tired and are like, I want to be done with not just the chin hair, but all of these hormone issues, get off of cheese. Just be done. Be done with dairy products, not just cheese. You know, many people are actually becoming intolerant. So many things have gone on in the dairy industry, including some genetically modified things that have happened to cows, all this kind of stuff. It's affecting our health. It is coming back on us. It's not your fault. somebody hasn't told you the truth about what you're consuming. And the trend is to eat more and more and more cheese. It's constipating people. It's causing acne. It's causing breakouts. It's causing hormonal disruptions all throughout your body. Cut it out. Cut out the cheese. Another one is eating a lot of red meat products. Do you know the crazy thing? If you go on the National Association, the Diabetes Association page, the one ran officially by the country, the official page, you will find that they say that red meats, dairy products, are part of the problem when it comes to type 2 diabetes. These are part of the causes of type 2 diabetes. Why is that important when we're talking about hormones? Well, because insulin is a hormone. These things are disrupting your hormones. These foods, meat is disrupting your hormones. Same reason I just said. Like, people are feeding the animals certain hormones so they grow faster, bulkier, all the way down to poultry, chickens. Chickens are getting hormone foods, pigs, everything. They're being fed horribly so that they grow faster. One of the fastest ways to get rid of type 2 diabetes is to go plant-based. Plant-based. When I say plant-based, I don't mean Beyond Burgers and chemical foods, because that's a whole nother problem. I'm talking eating just natural foods and or buying your meats from local producers. This is coming from someone who is not vegan. I am not 100% plant-based. I don't drink cow milk. I had problems with it, so we don't eat dairy products. But it's been a struggle. When I cut this out, it was not easy. I was in mourning for some time, but not for long, because once I started to see the health benefits, that belly, it just starts to disappear. The chin hairs, they get less and less. The puffy face, and the hanging chin and the weight that's just distributed in the wrong places. All of that starts to disappear. So that's diet, right? And we're eating a ton of this stuff. And the last one is processed foods. Oh my, I cannot tell you the amount of chaos processed foods are causing. Actually, if you see what doctors are doing with people with PCOS and or known hormonal imbalances, this is the first thing to go. They tell you to get off processed foods because processed foods are just a hormone nightmare. People are taking something that was natural and turning it into something entirely unnatural. One of the questions I get asked by moms, because this is a brutally honest conversation, is what am I going to do? How can I eat natural? It takes time. It takes energy. Some people think it's more expensive. That's actually not true. Thankfully, it is cheaper to eat naturally than it is to eat processed foods, but it takes time. It takes time to prepare the food. It takes time and skill to get your children who are used to eating these like highly processed foods that taste different on the tongue because they have chemicals and they have additives and they have dyes and tons of sugar or tons of salt or tons of really bad for you fats. And they're eating this, their hormones are being thrown off at a young age. I mean, look at the rise in type 1 diabetes or children who are having their periods at like 6 and 7. That was unheard of. Our generation, we were surprised when they came early at 12. The generation before us, it was higher in ages. People were going on their periods at like 14 and 15. Good for them. Now our 6 and 7-year-olds have to suffer with menstrual cycles and know when to come back in from playing so that they can change a pad. Oh my goodness, that's heartbreaking. Processed foods, they've gotta go. We can't do this anymore, you guys. And if you need to learn how to prepare and make food that children approve, I invite you to join our membership. We have a monthly membership for women. The reason I say that is because there's a dietitian in there, there's other moms in there. I myself have 5 children. So I have practiced over the years, especially when we started trying to eat healthier and healthier and healthier. And like, how do I, make food, some of the food from scratch, and what do I buy, and all this kind of stuff. That's a whole class, and you can have support in a community where people are doing this, and there's a dietitian who's there to help. So that's what I would recommend to you, and or YouTube University, you guys. YouTube University. It is certified to help. So that's diet. I'm not even going to go into everything in the diet, because I believe that if you fix these 3, if you just address those 3, you're going to find a ton of help, and you're going to see that your symptoms, all of them, will get so much better. It'll feel like overnight because it'll take less than 2 weeks. Okay. I'm not even exaggerating. You will see a difference. Now, people are different, but overwhelmingly, most people just have to change their lifestyle and their diet for about 10 days to start seeing a difference. So I threw on an extra 4 days to make it 2 weeks so you can taste and see too. And if you want to do a 21-day challenge, that's a good one too, just for you to see. You know that try before you buy? That's what you can do with your health as well. All right. We've done diet. We've done lifestyle. Oh my. Okay. We're not done. Maybe I'll do one more so that I don't overwhelm you too much. One more. And if you all would like more, because there's a ton more where this is coming from, and I can help you walk your way away from hormone issues like just constantly being puffy, tired, irritable, moody, the weight that just won't come off. Matter of fact, there's a hack I teach where you can produce your own weight loss drugs. After all, the weight loss drugs are made to mimic something that our body produces, but our bodies have been producing less and less of them. So if you want that, I'll give it to you as a bonus at the end of the video. Okay, I'll give it to you as a bonus. Let me write that so I don't forget. Bonus. Okay. All right, that's just a bonus, okay, for those who are struggling with weight. I'll throw something in there for you, even though this is a chin hair video. Our beverages. Most of America, the adults, us adults in America, I cannot speak on other countries, I don't know. But in the US of A, most of us adults are starting our day with kicking our hormones in the head, like just boom. We kick our hormones down flat and keep them down all through the day. You know how? We drink coffee. Coffee has been a problem in so many people's lives because they don't feel like they can start the day without coffee. I have to start my day without coffee. Why? Because this is like you putting your hormones just out for the day. You just knock them out. Why? Because coffee is a neurostimulant and it stimulates cortisol. Yes, the cortisol, the stress hormone cortisol, is stimulated by coffee. Once again, you see here that there's an example of, listen, there's a ton of research on this. There's a ton of, if you're a research nerd like me and you just love the data and the science, go do your research. Go read the books that doctors have written trying to get people off coffee. There is an industry behind coffee. Matter of fact, do you want me to Google it for you? I'm going to Google it right now and tell you just how much someone is benefiting from you kicking your hormones to the ground every morning. Let's see. Coffee industry worth. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Listen, $343 billion in the United States alone. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I knew it was bad. I didn't know it was that bad. Somebody is making money. Okay, $343 billion to be specific in America alone, just in the US of A, from us drinking coffee. And when we drink coffee, we are throwing off our cortisol. So then we get stressed. And when we come off of that stress, we just feel like so overwhelmed. Our adrenals are so short. You've probably heard of the word adrenal fatigue. If you haven't, don't worry. It just means your adrenals, which make your hormones, they get tired because every morning you are like scaring your body. You're shocking it with cortisol. You're like, hey, wake up, there's danger. And your body's like, ding, and you get all this energy because your body expects that you're going to do something about the danger signal that you've just given your brain. Then you don't do anything about it. And so you fall flat. And what do you feel like is a good cure for it? Oh, I know the cycle, guys. I know the cycle. No judgment here. What do you feel like you need to do? Drink more coffee. But guess what drinking more coffee does? Do it again until if you don't drink coffee, now your body's addicted and you have a headache and you feel miserable and you're just grumpy and you're groggy and you are not a nice person to be around. But guess what? If you just continue, if you can just hold on, tell your family, tell your children, tell whoever's close to you, hey, I'm getting off coffee. It's going to be a few rough days. Guys, mommy's going to be going through a lot these few days, but I'm going to get off coffee because coffee is throwing off your cortisol. Your cortisol is increasing your testosterone. I mean, it's a series of hormonal push downs until you have high androgens. You have high androgens, which, include testosterone, and your testosterone is causing your chin hair, your facial hair, your chest hair, your back hair, hair on your bottom, just hair, coarse hair everywhere you don't want it, and thinning hair on top. The two are related because a surge in testosterone also can cause male pattern balding, which makes your hair thin out. It thins out, especially in the front here, in the middle, and you see that your hair is just falling, but your chin hair is growing. Oh my goodness, it's this cycle, right? Listen, if you're having any aha moments, drop your aha in the comments below. Encourage another mama. Encourage a woman down there, a young person maybe who wants to find out what's wrong with them. If you've tried cutting out any of these things and have seen improvements, encourage someone. Encourage someone. All right, so beverages, coffee. Of course, we're not going to leave out the highly sugary drinks because our sugary drinks like sodas. Oh my, sodas. Beverages, we're going to add it down here. Our sodas contain so much sugar, it's throwing off our insulin. And whenever we have an imbalance in our insulin, we can end up with an imbalance in our testosterone as well, which is why parts of the type 2 diabetes is not just insulin spikes. I mean, not just sugar spikes. We don't just have a high glucose spike in your blood, but you also have other symptoms. You have weight gain. You have mood issues. You have tiredness. I mean, so many things go wrong, but sugary drinks. And now we think it's cute to drink sugary beverages. There was a time when little kids, we would only give them a little bit of sodas because we're like, well, the CO2, carbon dioxide, the thing that makes them Fizzy is not great for our bodies anyway. It makes our bodies super acidic, where things like cancers and other diseases can thrive and grow. High inflammation. Sugary drinks have so much inflammation in our bodies, and sugary drinks throw off our insulin. Now it's like a norm for even little children to be drinking sodas, and us as parents, instead of drinking water and healthier juices, we're drinking this. Why? Because we don't know. Again, it's not a judgment. We don't know the effects that they're having on our bodies. But now you know. And now you can cut that down. Again, it's just somebody making a ton of money. And let's not talk about all the additives. We're not even talking about the dyes and the preservatives and the additives that are in these drinks. They are just ruining people's lives, literally snatching people's lives away, because the end of this is a very miserable and tough end. We can cut down on these and leave them for special occasions, maybe that one time a week, or birthdays or family events, and still have that, oh, I just drank that favorite drink of mine, but not make it a daily habit. So sugary drinks, and we have colored drinks. Oh, see, we got to write the colored drinks in a pretty color. Colored drinks. Colored drinks like what? Things with red dye 40, energy drinks, Kool-Aids. Oh my goodness, Kool-Aid. You guys, it's time we cancel Kool-Aid. We need to cancel some of these things. Instead of canceling people and their opinions and their words that are not even affecting our health. We cancel some people because they said this and the other. Some people don't like the things I teach. That's fine. But how about the people who are ruining people's health and have been doing so for years, and children's health? We need to cancel Kool-Aid. That's what we need to do. Seriously. If you stop these beverages, you will see a huge improvement in your overall health, but also in your chin hair. That's just going to happen, because you know what? That's how nature works. Your inputs determine your outputs. If you're having symptoms, don't let somebody tell you all you need to do is to pop a pill, take a supplement, do this and that. That's not true. It's like saying if your basement is flooded, all you need to do is grab a vacuum cleaner and vacuum it up. That doesn't make any sense. You need to find out where the leak is, and you need to stop the leak. Otherwise, you'll spend more thousands of dollars just chasing solution after solution after solution without addressing the problem. So we've talked about lifestyle, we've talked about diet, we've talked about beverages. I'm going to give you a very quick version of, okay, I'll do the fix first, then I'll give you the bonus. All right. So how can you fix all these things? How can you fix that? I'm sure you've seen the trends. Some people anyway, it might not be a popular trend, but you may have seen the trends of some women starting to move backwards when it comes to some of our lifestyle choices, taking on more natural approaches. And I don't mean expensive, and I don't mean going to the next fad, right? Because everything can become a money pit. Someone's behind most of these fads and trends with a basket just ready to collect your hard-earned cash. That's not what I mean. I mean people who are choosing to buy lentils and grains and meat from farmers or from wholesale places online like As Your Standard, where they know that the people, the owners have vetted the animals, and the animals are clean, and it's like your grandma eating a cow or chicken. Once again, I've heard the complaint it's expensive to buy local meat. Yes. Yes, it is. It's more expensive to deal with the effects of eating the store-bought, mass-farmed, toxic, hormonal meat. It is way more expensive. I did a study once because I'm starting to write a book about it, and it is almost 7 times the expense in a year that people spend in health-related challenges based on the foods they eat than if they were just to eat healthy. If you were to eat healthier, your children would need less doctor's visits, less ER visits. You would hardly find yourself having things like type 2 diabetes. Again, anyone with type 2 diabetes who wants to get off type 2 diabetes within a matter of days, months, and you're just like, I'm done. I'm ready, just go plant-based. And I don't mean forever, okay? You don't have to go plant-based forever. You can go plant-based for 2 months, eating whole foods, making sure to get your proteins and your fats and your carbs. Plant-based does not mean there's no protein. That's just a lie, okay? Listen, it's just what it is. Somebody's just lying to you. So just eat plant-based, eat healthfully, and you'll find that almost all your health challenges will at least improve or just go away. They just go away because your body finds balance once again. That's really the fix. That's really the fix. When it comes to beverages, drink more water. If you would like to continue drinking juice, hey, you can totally buy 100% juices. Yes, they are more expensive, but we've already talked about this. You're either going to pay on the front end this much dollars, or you're going to pay on the back end this much dollars. I've seen people save for retirement, get to retirement, they've got so much money stacked up in the bank, and then they spend their retirement years buying back their health. They thought they were going to go on cruises. They thought they were going to see their grandchildren and enjoy life. But now they're buying back their health. And I've had personal consultations that just break my heart because the family had just been put on the back burner, like, wait, when we get there, and then there's no there. And now all that money, all those hard-earned years are put towards trying to buy back a little bit of time. And sometimes it's too late. So that doesn't have to be your story. That does not have to be your story. Your family can be healthier. Your family can be different because you're going to do the hard work on the front end. I'm not here to tell you that this is going to be easy. That's not what I'm saying. I had to do the switch, and I had to do it with children in tow and with a husband, and sell people on this idea, not by telling them that this is what we're going to do, but by learning how to cook food that now when we go to restaurants and whenever my children taste this or that, they're like, it's not as good as mommy's. Do you know how that makes me feel? I'm like, yes, I worked hard for this. And I had to be consistent, and I had to sell them on the idea using natural, wholesome foods, like from scratch cooking, not everything, because you have to balance again, right? If you choose that, hey, I'm going to work on 70% of our diet or even 60%. So you can start small. So you can start by saying, I'm going to work on 10% of our diet from scratch, just 10%. The other 90%, we're going to keep eating the way we were eating. And then you just keep increasing it. You start involving your children in the food choices, in the learning, especially if they're older. Guess what? Your teenagers don't want to have hormone issues either. They don't. Matter of fact, if you're here and you're a parent, just really quick, I always remember this somewhere around here in the video, and I'm just like, wow, I should just share that. I am actually taking a poll just to see how many moms, aunts, grandparents are interested in something for our younger generation. I have preteen daughters, and I'm so nervous for what their future looks like. But instead of just sitting in that nerve, I'm like, I'm going to do something about it. So I want to teach them, and I want to bring in experts and, people that are well-rounded just from different aspects of this topic to talk to these children and moms about their hormones. And I want to make it a 2-3 day event in person, and then maybe we can continue online, but just to bring them on the same page as we are, so that our daughters don't have to go through what we've gone through. They don't have to go through the bad years of acne. Did you know that's not normal? It's common, but it's not normal. The terrible PMS, the terribly painful periods, and the heavy flow, and the sticky weight, and the overweight pandemic that is in our country right now, that is affecting so many people. And they're just like, I don't even know where this weight is coming from. Our hormones are out of order. If you're interested, I'm going to put a link below. Just go there and say, yeah, I'd be interested in that. I just want to see if there's enough interest for us to even make it a thing, And I really want to make it a thing. But I want to know who's in it, or if I'm just going to do it for my daughters, So anyway, we can do this. You can do it. It's going to take work. It's going to take dedication, and it's going to be a process. Join a community. I really encourage that. I really, really encourage that, so that you can get support. All right. Bonus. Here is your bonus. How to make your own weight loss drug in your body with no side effects, and it works better. As when I say better, I mean like nothing goes wrong, nothing goes wrong. It has long-lasting results, so when you stop taking it, the weight does not come back. It's called GLP-1, and it is made in your gut. Your gut bacteria makes it. And how does your gut bacteria make it? It's so simple. It eats fiber. You need a lot of fiber. And when your gut bacteria eats fiber, it makes GLP-1. Here is the kicker. There is no fiber in meat. There is about 0 fiber in meat. Zilch. Nada. None. All the fiber that your gut bacteria wants to eat in order to produce this weight loss drug, natural in your own body, comes from plants. Listen, have you seen someone be like, yeah, I lost all this weight, just boom, because I went plant-based? Absolutely. Hey, listen, I've tried it too. And yes, I'm not talking about like starving yourself. I'm talking about eating, being full, getting all your protein, all your nutrients, not listening to the lies about plant-based foods. Guess what? If you're a Christian, you probably know that the original diet that God made for humans in Genesis was plant-based. Go figure. Go read it. So, GLP-1, fiber from plant foods. That's it. One of the highest sources of things like lentils. Listen, you can even throw your lentils into your meat stews. You know what I mean? Like you can make a chicken lentil stew, chicken beef stew. Chicken beef. No fiber there. Lentil beef stew, barley, just whole grains. And if you can eat the older grains, they do cost a little more than your genetically modified grains, but the ancient grains have that really good for you fiber without the effects of genetically modified food. I am a big advocate for natural eating, holistic health, which takes care of not just your, arm that's hurting, but like looks at, okay, why is it hurting? Where is the cause? What can we do to naturally take care of it? Or do you need a doctor? Because sometimes you need to go get some medication, but not all the time. Not nearly as much as we do these days. And it's the same for your chin hair. Now, once you can balance this, it also helps balance your hormones, and that helps you lose weight, which definitely will help you decrease the chin hair. So listen, lady, I know this was a lot and some of it was heavy hitting, but if you're here, you are serious. And if you're serious, you're going to make it out. You're going to make it out. If you want to know how to take care of the hair that has already grown, you're going to stop the hair, but you want to know how to permanently remove what has already come up and what's been on your chin, check out my other video about permanent hair removal. It's the only way to permanently remove your chin hair so you can throw away your tweezers or your creams or your waxing kit or whatever. It's amazing. I did it and I can come up close on the camera now. I didn't used to be able to do that, so I'm just very happy. All right, I will see you in the next video. Bye.